Hi, Sam here from Roberts Geospatial. Today I want to give you a sneak peek of how to do Pansharpening in ProRaster Scientific. So this is an alpha version of ProRaster Scientific and subject to change, but this is how it's going to work. So Pansharpening, as you know, is a way of increasing the apparent resolution of your spectral data when you're rendering it. So you have your spectral data, for example, in the Landsat scene at 30 meter resolution, and then you have your panchromatic band at 15 meter resolution, and you use that higher resolution data to increase the apparent resolution of your spectral data. So the way that happens is, there are a variety of different algorithms. The algorithm that I'm using here is to convert from RGB color space to hue saturation luminance, and then replace the luminance component and then convert back to RGB, and that all happens in real time whilst you're rendering. So this is a rendering operation. It's not a processing operation. I don't think it's valid to use pan-sharpened data in any kind of analysis. So it's simply for visualization, and for that reason I've implemented it as part of the rendering algorithm. So let's have a look at a Landsat scene. So I've gone through the import process, which is a single click process. I import my Landsat scene, I get a virtual raster out of that, and then I display that virtual raster in ProRaster Scientific. So in here for the red, green and blue bands, I've chosen the spectral digital numbers. This is a level 1 data. And I've chosen bands 4, 3 and 2 for red, green and blue. And you can see that you have your scene here. This is South Australia. There's some cloud in the scene, and here we have the ocean. And in the tree over here, you can see that there's a new band called the pan band. So in here, you select, again, select digital numbers, and then select band 8, which is the panchromatic band. And then you need to provide a transformation from the digital numbers to a panchromatic color between 0 and 1. So here I've got a linear transform with some percentile clip. You probably normally use some kind of absolute value clip. But this transformation gives you a way to dial up and down the brightness of the pan sharpening, because remember you're replacing the intensity in the image. So with this transform you can dial up or down the intensity brightness in that image. So let's turn that on, and then perhaps zoom in somewhere. I don't know where, perhaps over here. So here we have the Murray River, a little township here. So with pan turned off, you can see that it's a bit blurrier. Turn on and it becomes a bit sharper. You can see more detail in these paddocks and in the golf course and in the buildings and so forth. So it's just an apparent increase in resolution in your rendering. And in this case, when I turn the pan on and off, I don't see very much change in the overall brightness of the image. I think with pan on it's just slightly brighter. And as I say, that's determined by this transformation here. So you can modify that yourself. Of course, we have also this new mask component. So you can choose your mask, say clear land pixels, and I turn that on. Then it takes away that ocean, takes away all that cloud. And now we just have pan sharpened valid pixels. So here's the golf course in North Adelaide. So that's the first example. Now I've got another algorithm here. So this is the southwest of Western Australia. So in this case, I've got 6 Landsat scenes. And they're in a raster source, so Southwest WA 2022. Now the raster source editor and just show you that. So here's our 6 scenes. All downloaded at about the same time, or all, collected at about the same time in 2022 in July. So I've got 6 rasters in my raster source, and then when I render that through my red, green, blue layer, I get the 6 scenes pasted together like this in a mosaic. Now, if you have a look in, so here we have spectral bottom of atmosphere, so that's our surface reflectance. This is level 2 data. Then look in your band list, you'll see that there's no pan band. So the USGS don't supply the pan band with level 2 data. But because pan is just a component, you can choose any data source for that pan component. So what I've done is I've gone and downloaded these 6 scenes as level 1 data as well as level 2. So go back into the raster source editor. You can see I've got this Southwest WA 2022 level 1. So here's the same 6 scenes, but they are level 1 instead of level 2. So I can go into my pan band and select that particular raster source. Then I get the spectral digital numbers and I get my pan band there in band 8. So let's turn that on. And now we're getting Pansharpening. And you can see here that I've used a linear manual clip between 5500 and 10,000 to scale my the panchromatic data. Because I've got 6 tiles here, or 6 scenes in a mosaic, I need some kind of standard transform across them all. I can't use statistics. I've got to use some kind of manual clip. So if we zoom in, and this is the area that I was particularly interested in, which is a bauxite mining operation. So zoom in there. So if we turn pan on and off, so there we have no Pansharpening, and there we have Pansharpening. No Pansharpening, Pansharpening. So you can see the difference there, I think. And again, in this scene we have cloud and whatnot, so we can take that out with the mask. So let's turn the mask on. Gets rid of the ocean, gets rid of the water, gets rid of the cloud and any other pixels that have been affected. And of course we still have our intensity, so let's turn that on. Go to global DEM. Probably just turn that highlight off. Enable that. And now we have that pan sharpened, masked, natural color imagery. If we come down here, we'll see the, where is it? Oh, it's down here. Here's the actual aluminium processing factory. So masked, pan sharpened imagery, draped on terrain, in ProRaster Scientific. And it's as easy as that. Now the fact that this pan band can come from anywhere means that you could, in theory, take something like high resolution panchromatic spot data, for example, and use it to pan sharpen something like Landsat or Sentinel. Assuming those scenes that you're looking at were contemporaneous. I don't know if that's useful. That's something for the user community to decide, but it's certainly possible with this system. And that's Pansharpening in ProRaster Scientific. Thanks for watching.